disclaimer before we jump into the video. Let me make it clear, like, I'm almost 25, so I'm looking at this from like almost a 10-year gap now, and just laughing at some of the moments and like the craziness that was going on that day and the days before. So like, it's just funny to me now, but I want to share it because I'm always the type of girl that's like, if I got tea, shoot, I'll share it for myself. Like, ain't no tea on me, I already spilled it. But yeah, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Bray-Lynn, CEO, HBCU Campus Baddies. And so yeah, we're just gonna get into my prom story time, my prom horror story time. Okay, so at this point, time period is important. So it's 2018, and I say that because things from 2018 to 2025 totally changed since COVID, and like just a lot of things are different, style and all these things like come into play with this story. So just keep that in the back of your mind. It's April 2018, May 2018. So the day before prom, I'm getting ready like everybody else. Like I said, it's 2018, so we're doing prom, but we're not doing like $1,000 prom dresses yet and like big prom send-offs. Like, at least nobody from my high school did. Like, I don't remember that at all back then. But people were dressing now. Like, my dress I think had cost $300 something, and that was probably more on the more expensive side. Like, I really doubt anybody like had a $1,000 prom dress like y'all do now. And y'all eat down. Like, I'm sure if you're watching this and you went to like prom in 2025 or 2024, your dress was probably very tea compared to what we was wearing, and your hair and your makeup was probably very tea compared to what we was wearing, because we'll get into that. Day before prom, I'm getting ready. I have a job. I'm working at shoe department at this time. If you don't know what shoe department is, it's like a Payless, it's like a shoe carnival, it's like a generic shoe store, nothing like super high fashion name brand. But it's my first job in high school, and I was going to go to work. So before I was going to go to work, I was going to stop at Zaxby's to see this boy. Side note, Mom, if you're watching this, you don't know, I don't think you know this part of the story. But I was going to go to Zaxby's to see this boy because I was talking to this boy from South Carolina State. He was like a year older than me, maybe like a year or two older than me. But I was going to see this boy, and no funny shit, as soon as I got to Zaxby's, I got in a car accident. And I was driving my mom's car because I had my own car for a moment in high school, and then my mom wrecked that car. And so I was driving my mom's car, and I got in a wreck in her car. So I just was so devastated. Like, mind you, this is the day before prom, not like the week before, no, the day before. So my parents was mad, but they still let me go to the prom. Like, you know, it was my senior year. I was wearing like a gold dress to prom. I did my own hair and makeup. I was new to hair and makeup. And then, you know, I went to the prom. It was cool. Even after the prom, went to the bowling alley and stuff with my friends. Like, I had a good time at the prom. I don't know. But getting in the car accident caused me a lot of anxiety. But I still ended up having a good time. The prom itself was lame, I will say that, not memorable. I think I looked good. I think I looked pretty good for what it was. And then the next week coming to school, I got into, well, I was the center of some mess. So let's get into that mess. I did my own hair and makeup for the prom. Felt good about it. Nobody came to me saying anything about how I looked to my face at prom. But let's catch up. So at this time, like I said, I'm a senior, but I'm already accepted into A&T. So I'm in A&T group chats here and there. There's this one group chat I was in, it was an iMessage chat, but I just felt the vibes were off. Like, they didn't really like me in that chat, and there was multiple things that happened in that chat, so I just left the chat. And so I was in other group meetings and stuff, but that particular chat I was in with my best friend from college, my guy best friend from college, and some other people, and then one of my girl best friends that I went to the same high school with. So imagine my surprise when 2 days after prom, I get sent screenshot text from my guy best friend from the college that was in the group chat that they were talking about what I wore to prom in the group chat. Mind you, these people weren't like close to me, like they were out of state, like some of them probably didn't even end up going to A&T for real. But my girl best friend from my high school is the one who started this ish talking about me in that chat. And like I said, my guy best friend from the college sent me the screenshot. So I was so mad when I got those screenshots, y'all. I just remember I ate lunch by myself, like afterwards, like I was already going through a lot with, like, you know, the car accident and stuff. Okay, so let's start with the first screenshot. So the first screenshot, I don't know if it's gonna be to my left or my right, but in the first screenshot, my girl best friend from the high school that I went to, I guess they had already sent pictures of me from the prom in that group chat, and so they were already talking about me. And so my guy best friend sent me this, and he's like, and this is what it said. So the girls in the chat is like, we'll just call my girl best friend for purposes of this video Whitney. So one of the girls in the chat is like, Whitney, did you not tell her her wig was bad? And this is 2018, and that's why I said it's important, because we had to copy and paste messages, like there wasn't the reply to feature yet. So we were doing that. And Whitney goes, no, she wanted it and she'll do what she wants. Period. I, as a friend, like if you just left it there, even if you didn't like what I wore to prom, even if you thought it was the ugliest shit in the world, like if you just left it there and was like, she did what she wanted. As my friend, I wouldn't even be mad at you. But the fact that it keeps going is where we had the problem. So then, like I said, they were talking about it earlier. So somebody's like, or I'm assuming Whitney is like, she got it offline. Somebody's like, excuse me. Somebody's like, I think AliExpress. Somebody's like, you spelled Party City wrong. And then the other girl's like, I'm effing cackling. Mind you, this is 2018. Where else were we getting wigs? Like, unless you had like super duper long money, like everybody getting their wigs offline or at the beauty supply store. So yes, I got it offline. And then she says, Whitney says, I never saw it until prom. As if I needed anybody's approval of what I was wearing before prom. But anyways. And so my guy best friend from the college jumps in to chat, and he's like, sticking up for me. And he's like, but if that's your friend, that's weak as F simply to go talking ish about her, period. Period. Yes, 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 yes. But so they keep talking, and they're like, Whitney, did your date brush his teeth? I'm guessing she sent a picture of her and her date. And they're laughing and stuff. And like the crazy part is, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to they keep going. I don't even know how long this thread was. They were talking about me for so long. Mind you, some of this is with people I've never even met in my life, in real life, even to this day. So it's crazy. But Whitney goes, one of my friends was like, some people ruin prom for us, or something like that. And the dance teacher was like, you mean the girl who wore the blonde wig and gold dress? Let me tell you something about that dance teacher. She was like 20 something or 30 something, but she was always in kids' business. And I never liked her, and I never took her class for that reason. But when my mom, because my mom got involved, we'll get to that. But when my mom saw this, she was like, I'm gonna get that dance teacher fired for real. Yo, it was crazy. It was crazy. And she keeps going, and she's like, every day saying it's ugly and stiff and thin and don't look right, basically. Pause right here. My date jumped when he seen her. Let me tell y'all something. Whitney was like a quieter type girl. Like, she was outgoing in some ways, but for the most part quiet, no drama or anything crazy. Like, so this was very out of character for Whitney. And Whitney's date was my high school guy best friend. So not the one from college, but my actual high school guy best friend. And Whitney went to the prom with him, but he would have went to the prom with me had I not been talking to the guy from South Carolina State. He was a little salty about that. And it's, another reason is because I just got out of a relationship with like my real like high school sweetheart. So I was okay with going to prom by myself. But it was just like I said, very out of character for Whitney. So when I read these text messages, y'all, I was like, crazy. This is crazy work. And then they keep going. This is the thing. Whitney just keep going. She sent a screenshot of my Twitter, which at the time I was real popular on Twitter before I came to A&T. And even when I got to A&T, I went viral on Twitter like every other month. Like, not even kidding. I have so many viral tweets from college. But Whitney sent a picture or a screenshot from my Twitter where I like retweeted my own picture, which baby, I'll do that to this day. I repost my own TikToks if I had to, like, because if I think I look good and y'all didn't see it and y'all need to see it, I'm gonna retweet it. But they were laughing at that and whatnot. mind you, I had like 8,000 followers on Twitter at this point. But talking, and she agrees with what my guy best friend says, and she's like, you're right. When he's like, why are you talking ish? She's like, you're exactly right. Weird. But anyways, then somebody else is like, Whitney don't give a F, and I'm loving every minute of it. And somebody else is like, so I guess y'all not friends? LMAO. And somebody's like, T. And Whitney's like, it's not that, never mind. Because Whitney could not stand on business at this point. Like, so my guy best friend from college, he goes, okay, as long as you know and y'all lame for boosting that ish, LMAO, get enjoyment off fake ish, who raised y'all? Yo, he was really going in. And he's so real even to this day. That's why we bump heads, because we're both just so real, and we can't, like, I can't lie, like I'm a bad liar. But mind you, this is like, the car accident happened on Friday, prom was Saturday. I got these screenshots on the Tuesday, so I was already messed. Like, I was already a mess. So I just like, I'm gonna eat lunch by myself, because if I don't go up to this library and eat lunch by myself, I'm gonna go down there and fight Whitney, because I knew where she was eating lunch. And Whitney is bigger than me, she's taller than me and all that, and I still didn't give a F. Like, I was going to go down there and sneak her. I didn't even care. Like, now I'm really good to where, like, if I'm mad about anything, I just need a day to myself and I can calm down and find a solution and pray and get over it. But when I was younger, like, it took me way longer, so I was mad for like the week. And I remember my mom like just caught on, and I finally couldn't hold it in anymore, and I told my mom what happened, because Whitney was like always coming to our house. So it was just like out of the blue. Whitney, my mom found out what happened with Whitney, and she was just mad too. And I did not want my mom to do this, but she called Whitney's mom and basically told her what was going on. And I don't even remember if like Whitney's mom made her apologize to me. I think she did at one point. I can't really remember how we got to the resolution, y'all. But I just know, like, we were right there for graduation, and I was like, that's why I didn't want to fight Whitney, because I would have. Oh, my mom, I would have. I just wanted to walk across the stage for graduation. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that if I fought Whitney. I got over it. Like, I wore that wig to school and everything. Like, I'm the type, like, I do not care. So yeah, like, I just always been the type, like, I don't really care what people say. I just do me. And so my tips and advice, you know, I like to leave the video with tips and advice, because I don't just talk to talk. Like, part of this channel, and the reason I have it is to give y'all tips and advice based on stuff that's happened in my life that we can all laugh at. The number one thing, and I didn't even know I was teaching myself this back then, but you have to be able to be alone. Like, even me eating lunch by myself in those moments prepared me so that when I went to college, I could, at that point, I was okay with going to the caf by myself. Like, I did not care what anybody said, or if anybody was saying something about me, I always knew they weren't going to come to say it to my face. So it was whatever it was. So another lesson I learned too was just like, if you're going to reinvent yourself in any capacity, whether that's you getting a new role, a new job position, you going to college, you graduating, whatever, I'm 100% in support of that, because I did the same way myself. Like, so my name is Maya Bray-Lynn. I went by Maya for my whole life, basically. My family calling me that, elementary school through high school. But my dad always called me Bray-Lynn. Like, he always would call me by my middle name. When I got to college, I decided I want everybody to call me Bray-Lynn. Bray-Lynn, whatever. And that's what I did. So Winnie kind of tried to do the same thing, go by her middle name too, but didn't come off as authentic. And I felt like she kind of used it as a way to change up herself and her personality, which is why we got into that situation. But if you want to reinvent yourself into a new space, just stay true to yourself and like follow through with what you already had planned, and it'll work out for the better. And you won't feel like you're changing yourself, or like that you have to be somebody you're not just because you're going to college or whatnot. So just keep that in mind. But I'm 100% for doing that. And then I guess like the third thing is just to block out the noise. Like, you really have to just tone out the noise. Like I said, if I never got these screenshots, like, I would have been a little bit happier, but they didn't affect me too much. Like, I still graduated and I was fine, and I wasn't like resentful or anything. But even if I never got the screenshots, or even if I did, like, I still was going to do me. Like, my hair might have been effed up, but I was still going to school like that because I thought I looked good enough. And nobody, like I said, unless somebody came to me, I did not care. Like, I'm that same way now. Like, I just I'm really good at tunnel vision and like blocking things out, like blocking out the noise, and you have to be that way. Like me, myself, and I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend, and I mean that like so much. It's so funny looking back, because even like when she was in the screenshot, she was like, my date jumped when he seen her. Like I said, her date was my guy best friend. I didn't put them together, but I basically put them together. And he took a picture with me at the prom too, like him, and then my current girl best friend, like my current sister, took the picture with me at the prom too. Like nobody told me anything to my face about how I looked, because the dress was tea. I don't care what y'all say, the dress was tea. If you're like about to go into college and you're dealing with high school drama, just know you will leave all that ish at the door. Like the same day you move in, you'll become a new person and nobody will know anything about you. Like that's why you just kind of have to lock in with yourself, because if you don't know you, who else is gonna know you? Yeah, that's all I got though. So like, comment, subscribe, shop HBCU Campus Baddies, and I will see y'all in the next video. Probably, I really need to do a video talking about my campaign experience at North Carolina A&T, because I campaigned twice, and I was on my hometown royal court, so I'm gonna do a video about that. Yeah. Peace.